everyone. Welcome to Stamp Designs with Denise. I'm Denise Johnson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am in Bedford, New Hampshire. So I am going to just double check, make sure that I have started this live video, and then we'll get started. I'm going to be making some autumn cards today. The Gilded Autumn Suite is in the brand new mini catalog that Stampin' Up! Just came out with last week. So if you haven't had a chance to get this catalog yet, let me know and I'd be happy to get it to you if you're in southern New Hampshire, and we can meet, or you can pick it up from me. And so I have very, very hot weather here, very, very humid, so I feel a little weird making autumn cards, but if we don't start now, the holidays are going to be upon us very, very fast. And so I participate in a bundle swap, so I have a bunch of those cards to also share with you to hopefully give you a lot of ideas on how to use the suite that's in this. So I'm going to get us flipped around, and then we can get started. So I've got some housekeeping things. This is the August to December mini catalog. This is the annual catalog that came out in June and will go until next May. If you placed an order with me in July, they were offering the bonus days and you would have received a $5 coupon that is now redeemable in August. So you want to make sure that if you received one of those $5 coupons that you redeem it in August. You have to place your order by August 31st. And then today is the last day, August 10th, to subscribe if you're interested in receiving the paper pumpkin for August. It is the world's greatest is the theme, where you can celebrate the ordinary heroes in our lives. So that's my housekeeping stuff out of the way. Let me make sure I'm in the camera, and I'm gonna be able to stay in there today to show you. If you'd like to place an order with me, my August host code is right there. If you place an order under $150, I ask that you use this code, and you will receive a PDF file with card ideas from me and also a small gift. If your order is over $150, don't use the host code. You claim all those rewards for yourself, and you will still get a free gift from me. So the suite I'm going to be using today is on page 45 if you have the catalog, and it contains all these items. So it comes with this. You can buy all these individually, but if you buy the suite, there's one number here, and it will contain all the items that I'm going to show you. It has this beautiful autumn stamp set, which comes with these 3 punches that punch out the acorn and the 2 different leaves that are in this set. So they're a lot of fun. And punches make adding layers and embellishments onto your card very, very easy. This suite also has the Gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper, which has this gold, copper, or bronze type of sheen to one of the sides, and all of the paper is double-sided. This suite also comes with this brushed metallic, so there's some gold, there's bronze, and copper in this set. The suite also has these really cute little acorns that you can use. I have some cards that I'll show you that have these acorns attached to them. Of course, you have to remember that when you're attaching these to your card, it's going to add some weight and some bulk to your card, and it might require some additional postage on those. But they're very, very cute. And then this is a ribbon combo pack that comes with this. It comes in the mint macaron. It is a basket weave, and then it has this copper metallic ribbon as well. So those are all the items that come in this suite. I'm gonna make 2 cards with you, and then I'll show you all the swap cards that I received. So our first card is going to use 2 stamp sets. I'm using that Beautiful Autumn stamp set, and then I'm also going to use the Life is Beautiful, but I'm going to use this tree to kind of create a branch rather than stamping it as a tree. So let me get all my supplies out here. My card base is going to be 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. I'm just going to get that folded and burnished with my bone folder. I have a layer of Pear Pizzazz, and this is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And then I have a layer of Very Vanilla, and this is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So the colors I'm going to be using are going to be Soft Suede, Pear Pizzazz, Real Red, and Mango Melody. So I'm going to start by stamping that branch that I said. So this is the tree, but I'm going to use it as a branch. And I'm kind of going to come in off the side of the page, like that. And then I'm going to use these stamps, the 2 leaves. Actually, I have 3 leaf stamps, and then I have the, not the acorn, the pine cone stamp. So I think I'm going to, maybe I should do my sentiment first, because I want to make sure that I have enough room for it. And I don't see the stamp that I put my sentiment on. Here it is. So I'm going to use the sentiment from Beautiful Autumn that says, "Have a beautiful day." So I'm going to stamp that in the Soft Suede down here on the bottom. And then I wanted to put this pine cone someplace on the card. I think I'm just going to put it here, hanging off that lower branch. And then I'm going to randomly stamp my leaves, sort of like a fall day, floating around and coming down off the branches. So that was the Real Red. I'm going to do the Mango Melody now. And then the last little leaf is going to be in the Pear Pizzazz. So there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just sort of placing them around the tree. And that's a very simple, just ink and paper. Stampin' Up! Actually has a Simply Stamping Challenge, where if you just use ink and paper, they are sending out prizes for that. So this just goes to show you can make a very nice card, lots of color, and you don't have to have a lot of embellishments on it. So I'm going to layer that on that. Of course, if you wanted to, you could stamp these leaves on scrap paper and then use those punches that I showed you to punch them out. It would add another dimension to this card, but I'm just going to leave it as it is like this. And there is our first card done. There we go. Very simple and easy, and it came together very quickly. I'm going to clean up some of my stuff here and get out my next card. So the next card I have uses some of those designer series paper that I showed you. So my card base is the mint macaron. It's 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. I have a very vanilla layer for the inside that's 4 inches by 5 1/4. So that will go inside. I have an early espresso layer that is also 4 inches by 5 1/4. That will go on my card front. I have another very vanilla layer. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I have some of that designer series paper. So this piece is 4 3/4 by 1 inch. This is 4 inches by 1 inch. And this is 3 1/4 inches by 1 inch. And what I'm going to use for this is I have this triple banner punch. It has 3 different channels. So the first one is 1 inch, 1.5 inches, and then 2 inches. So what this is going to do is it's going to flag my cardstock for me. So I put it in the 1 inch channel, and then this is going to go like this. And there we go. So that's how I'm going to lay out my card. I'm going to stamp my sentiment down in this area first. I'm going to use Early Espresso ink. And the sentiment is, "My heart is grateful for you." Just put that down in there. While I have my ink open, I'm actually going to add some, this is the inside layer that I'm going to put inside the card. I'm just going to put some leaves here in each of the corners. Sometimes I like to add an extra element to the inside of the card, so when they open it, it carries the theme from the front of the card to the inside of the card. And let's get these attached. Figure out my spacing here first. Right there looks good. So the designer series paper that I chose, the side that I chose has those metallic elements on them, so they add some sparkle to the front of the card. Now, let's see if I can get this up. I didn't do my spacing so good when I put it back on. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, I'm going to attach this to the early espresso layer. And then I'm going to use those ribbons. So I have the mint macaron basket weave. I'm going to attach up here. I use tape, but you could use glue dots, whatever you'd like for that. And then I had some comments from people about my bows, so I wanted to actually show you what I use. I got this years and years ago. It's called the 10-second bow maker. It's a block of wood, and it has these little holes sewn there. I think they're every ½ inch is a hole, and then there's these wooden pegs. So you can make the bow as wide as you want depending on where you put the pegs. So for my bows, this is what I do. You just wrap it around and you come back around and tuck it in. So I think that if you have someone handy at home, they can make you one of these, block of wood and some pegs, and then you just got to drill the holes down. And there you go. And then, of course, because I'm doing this, see, I told you, if I'm doing this live on TV, I can't, on a video, I mess it up. But that's my bow, and that's how I do it. So, you might be able to even find that 10-second bow maker online. I think I bought it online a while ago, and I'm not sure if that person is still doing that or not, selling those or not. It used to come with a video that showed you how to use it. And there you go. There's my bow. So then we're just going to attach this to the front of the card base. And thought I had shut off the volume on that, but for some reason I'm getting, I think, weather alerts or something. So, okay, sorry about that. And then I'm going to insert my inside layer in there. And there you go. And that's my second card. So those are both the cards. So now I want to share with you the cards that I received in the swaps that use all of these elements from this suite. So these first few cards contain that little acorn that I showed you, that little embellishment. So this is a fun fold. She's got the designer series paper and that copper ribbon, and it opens like that. Some of the cards I have names on, so I'll tell you if I know who made it. This card, I believe, was made by Ruth Bingle. She's got that little acorn. She used a glue dot to attach it, and this is also a fun fold, so it opens like this. She's got that basket weave ribbon on there. This card was by Callie Atchison. So this is, she's made the card base sort of into like a little envelope holder, and the inside slides out. And she has that little acorn, and then these are some of those punches. This card is by Jody Pedersen. She's got that little acorn, the basket weave. She used the layering circles. She punched out the acorn. Oh, and this is also a fun fold. Opens just in the middle. This is a card by Kathy Miller. So Kathy punched out all the little shapes, attached them to her card, and then I don't know if you can see or not, she ran it through this embossing folder, the Pinewood Planks embossing folder. So it's kind of different. It gives them some texture to those elements. This was also done in the same way. This card was also by Jody Pedersen. She attached her designer series paper onto some crumb cake and ran it through the embossing folder. She used an embossing folder for this too. I think that's from the Forever Greenery. and then added those other elements from the brushed metallic paper and a ribbon. This is also a card by Kelly. She made all of those punches out into a wreath, stamped the acorn and then punched it out. And this is also a fun fold. Very pretty. This is a card. Used the stitch shapes ovals and then punched out all the elements to make those as a wreath behind the sentiment, the ribbons, and this is also that pine wood plank embossing folder. This card is also by Ruth. She's punched out her brushed metallics, put those down the side. This sentiment shape is from the Hippo and Friends dies. She added some of the gold gems there, the copper ribbon. This card uses the Designer Series paper, the basket weave ribbon. This punch is the Label Me Lovely punch, and then she punched out some of the metallic elements. Another card with the Designer Series paper and the Label Me Lovely punch. This is another nice simple card, stamping the leaves. She did punch a few out and added those in for some dimension. And then this is embossed. Here's this card. This label is from the Tasteful Label dies. So she punched it out twice, or die cut it out twice. This card is from Jay Quanto. Sorry if I'm pronouncing the names wrong. Very pretty. This is another card also from Jay, using the Designer Series paper and this punches stamp set. So I like the way she layered it in that metallic and kind of makes everything shine and pop out. And here's the last card. So these were stamped and then punched out and attached to the card. So those are all my cards that I received using this suite. A lot of ideas, a lot of different designs, different fun folds. So thank you for watching. Again, if you'd like to share or comment on this, I will enter you in a raffle and send you a gift. Sometimes it's just some of the cards that I've made. Other times it's embellishments or other prizes that I have on hand. If you subscribe, please subscribe to my blog. It's stampdesignswithdenise.net, or I also have a YouTube channel at Stamp Designs with Denise and my Facebook page. And remember to leave a little sparkle wherever you go today. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.